It's episode 21. We're back. It's Better Life with Jake and Paul. I'm Jake. That's Paul. We're here, and we're gonna discuss obviously the Bucks in Game 7.
Yeah, what is up, everyone? I remember thinking last week we were going to have a pretty, quiet recap episode, not too much going on, but man, a lot of things went on between
Yeah,
basketball,
right now.
boxing, and,
Yep.
everything we talk about here.
Yeah, dude. Let's talk about the Bucks. The Bucks and the Nets, dude.
Man.
The Bucks might do it. The Bucks might just do it.
Yeah, I'm not scared of the other teams that are left in the conference right
No.
now. I am glad because there was a possibility that it would be the Brooklyn Nets versus the LA Clippers in the finals,
That would
and
just-
that would be the worst championship in NBA history.
No one would watch. Nobody would watch.
Two red-headed NBA teams.
The Bills and the Jaguars made it, guys. That's the Super Bowl. No one's gonna watch that.
The championship parade would be so confusing. Just nobody would be there. Like, people would be there wearing like Lakers jerseys if the Clippers won. It's.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, the Bucks came out. They played hard D. Even with Holiday having a pretty awful first three quarters, he came alive in the fourth when he needed to.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, those injuries with Harden and KD. I mean, can we admit that KD might be the best player in the league right now?
We can admit it because it's true. That's the thing. It's not one of those because LeBron is not playing as good as he should be right now. Let's just say it as it is. Not because. Oh, you got a phone? You got a phone call?
No, we're good.
Okay. LeBron did not play that great this year, my opinion. Me alone. He's obviously on the Lakers, and he's not gonna. He doesn't have like. He's still LeBron. He showed up to the Lakers and made them a team after he got there. But it seemed like back when he was with the Cavs or even with the Heat, back when it was like Dwayne Wade and just the squad. How did this get onto a LeBron topic, by the way? What the hell?
We're talking about KD.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he was 1 foot away from turning the lights out in the stadium.
Yeah.
Like that turnaround at the end, yeah, big toe on the line.
Yep.
Man, that's so crazy. Overtime, 5 minutes, they put up, 13 points?
Was it 13?
Yeah, it was abysmal number.
It was something stupid.
Yeah, it was just awful. Like,
yeah, dude.
But, God, I was got a good laugh at the end where they give the Bucks some free throws at the end of the game when the clock expired.
Right.
And I'm just thinking, I was like, man, if you were a gambler and you had like the -2.5 or like the -3.5, you'd be screaming at your TV.
Oh yeah.
And like the free throws just blow the spread.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, Bucks in 7, that feels good.
Wait.
Especially when, because the few nights beforehand I got everything wrong in PFL.
What is going on here? I'm looking at I'm on the website, the NBA website, and it says that Milwaukee won 4-3. Did they play today?
No, it was Game 7. It was 2 nights ago.
Oh, am I retarded? Oh,
you might be. Yeah,
I'm seeing this. I'm stupid. My bad.
But that's the other thing about where the Bucks are right now is they're gonna have a few days rest, which is nice.
Yeah. Well, okay. First of all, when they play the Hawks, who do the Hawks have?
I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the starting lineup on the Hawks. I know. I think Trae Young's on that team. That guy's an animal. But yeah. I mean, this is definitely not our specialty here. I love playoff basketball, but we're just armchair guys at the end of the day.
I like just watching it and then just being like, "How's it going?" I don't know shit.
Yeah. Man, how funny is it with the crowd counting 13 for Giannis?
I know.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's fun to watch though, dude, because for how long have we lived in Wisconsin and the Bucks weren't shit? I mean, I remember going to their games as a kid and just watching them get throttled by like the Pistons or something. And it was just, oh cool, that was a fun $20 ticket. But I don't know.
I mean, for the longest time, the Bucks were known as the team that traded Ray Allen.
Yeah, well, remember when Michael Redd was on the Bucks? God damn, those were good days.
Throwing the ball behind his head.
Those were good days. That dude could do just damage, dude. Thank God we have Giannis. He's our replacement for Michael Redd. It took us a couple years, little bit of a lingo in between, but I think it's worth it. Milwaukee, the stadium that they built for the Bucks has a sheet of ice under it. It's an NHL stadium at the same time. So, like, that's why I was a low key salty back when they gave a team to Vegas and then they gave a team now to Seattle. It's like, what the fuck? We have a stadium that's already built, dude. And do you know how many Wisconsinites would go to those games? A lot.
Oh yeah.
So many
it'd be
people
huge.
travel to Minnesota or Chicago to catch a game. You throw it in Milwaukee, people would travel from all over to catch that shit.
Oh yeah. Well, just like the Midwest fan base is a traveling bunch.
And
You
for
know, there are a
sure.
lot of people between Chicago and Milwaukee sports that go to every single game, and to skip to
Yeah.
Detroit that far.
Well, let's look at like even college sports in the Midwest, dude. Like I remember when me and my friends flew from North Dakota to New York to watch UND take on Boston College. There were over 3/4 of the stadium was green, and we're like on the other side of the country. Boston College was a 5-hour drive, and they barely made it. I mean, there was barely any fans for them, and they're
Oh my
supposedly
gosh.
East Coast. Yeah, so it was like, yeah, Midwestern people fucking travel. Look at Green Bay. Look at the Packers. Any stadium that people go to, there's like a green section somewhere. It makes no sense. It doesn't happen other places.
Yeah. Well, it's the Lambeau Leap place.
Yeah,
That's where
right.
it is.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you gotta give that man his pats on the back.
Yeah, right where he jumps up. Everyone's like, you're home. Pretend it's us.
Dude, how many times have you seen a guy from like the opposing team try to do a Lambeau Leap and just get thrown back into the
I
field?
know Terrell Owens used to try it a lot.
Why would you know better? I mean, I get it because it's all showmanship
It's
and you're
cocky.
trying to
It's
like
cocky.
get on the
Yeah.
ESPN
Yeah,
clips.
you're
but,
trying to get your name out there for doing something other than playing well. I get it. It's just
Yeah,
it's yeah.
and who doesn't love antagonizing the fans at the end of the day?
It's like
when
when Randy Moss
when there's an
pretended to-
NBA championship and they win at away and the balloons come down and everything and the away team is dancing on the court.
Right.
Oh yeah, that hurts.
That hurts bad. That hurts bad. That was
That
like,
hurts.
remember, I forgot what I was going to say now. Now it's gone. Sorry. It's out of my head now.
Well, back to bad showings. Our PFL predictions. My PFL predictions.
Yeah, dude. Yep. Oh, how about this? How about before we go into fighting, let's get
Yeah.
NHL out of the way first.
Yeah,
This
let's do
time. Let's talk about it. Did you watch any of the NHL? Please tell me you caught at least a game.
I did not.
You are such a fucking whore. God, you are a hoe.
Hey man, I had the Bucks to watch, and that's all I got.
Dude.
Oh,
Okay.
It's Father's Day this weekend. Busy.
Go spend time with God, the real Father, who art in heaven. No, I was gonna say last night was the Knights in Montreal and the Canadians, and the Canadians was fucking throttling them all game, and then at the very last minute, the Knights come in, score a goal, and then win it in overtime. It was so unfair, dude. Montreal deserved that game. They like doubled or tripled the shots of Vegas, and then they still ended up losing. That's the fucking way she goes in hockey sometimes, man. That's just the way she goes.
And I'll relate that to like soccer too. You see that in soccer all the time, where you do everything right and the ball just rolls off the foot
Sometimes
wrong.
you get a bad bounce, man.
Sent into the stands.
Yep.
It's a cruel game.
Yeah. Sometimes it's an unforgiving
Wasn't
sport,
it?
man. But that's why we have 7 games, because things like that happen. That's why that's why we play.
What was that clip I saw? The guy missing the open net.
I mean, that happened a couple times this year already.
Oh
For
my
whatever
gosh.
reason, people do that. Like, I remember a couple years ago, Brad Marchand of the Boston Bruins had a wide open net, and he went down to shoot it in, and he sent it like 45 feet up over the netting in the back of the fucking, like, way over into the stands.
Oh my gosh.
Like, just launched it into orbit. It made no sense. Like, how the
Yes.
fuck did you get it up that high? No one does that.
Just a ghost in the arena, ghost on the ice.
Everyone gets if you see it, your eyes get big, right? Oh, it's the net. And you're just ready to, so you just give it everything you've got to sink it, and then you just fuck it up. That's unfortunate when that happens.
It's an NFT.
It's an NFT. Shut the fuck up. And then the Islanders, dude, and the fucking Lightning. They're that the Island. Here's my prediction: it's gonna be the Islanders and it's gonna be the Knights. And I hope out of those two, just for the sake, I know of everyone in Vegas is gonna be like, "You motherfucker!" I hope the Islanders take it. I really do. They deserve it. It's been a long time. The Knights are a brand new team. They barely have been in this bitch. They made it to the finals their first year because of the expansion draft. Like, if we're gonna pretend that they're not, are we really gonna act like that's not what happened? That's the thing. I live here too, assholes, but I also recognize the reality of the situation. We got to pick the best players that we wanted off of every team. Oh, not the best players. They got to protect some. They got to protect 4. They didn't get to protect a shitload. So yeah, we got to go around, handpick. Our team has like 3 former captains on it. Like, yeah, no shit they were going to go far in the first year. Obviously, I'm glad that they're doing well, but like it's kind of like the federal government just pumping money into the economy right now. They're just still drifting on those original picks. Once they got to pay Max Pacioretty, it's over. Once they got to pay him, it's done.
Man, isn't that crazy when you watch teams have like impending salary time bombs?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it happens in the NBA a lot too. But that is so. I wonder what the locker room looks like. When that's happening, especially when there's one guy, like, I forget who it was, but I saw on like the ESPN ticker he took like a $15 million pay cut for like another dude to join the team. But
you know what I really want to talk about actually that I haven't talked about yet? How funny is it that the New York Islanders are already in their new arena? Do you know what happened to them? So their original arena used to be the Coliseum, and it's like a fucking historic arena. And then they were like, "We're moving to Brooklyn," and they're like, "Fucking, are you serious?" So then the Islanders moved to Brooklyn. No one went to their games. The ice was melty because they used PVC instead of copper to keep the ice frozen. So it was just a shit arena with no fans. And so they were like, fuck, we better get back to the island. So they went back to the Long Island, and they built a new arena called the UBS Arena, and it sold out, like, almost instantly.
Oh, my God.
Everyone's like, why the fuck are you going to Brooklyn? You're not the Brooklyn Islanders. Shut the fuck up.
Taxpayers have to be thrilled.
So, yeah, the Islanders, and if you look over at their logo where the little thing dips in, it dips in right on Long Island. It doesn't make sense for it to be in Brooklyn. Yeah, taxpayers are like,
thrilled.
Wow, this is fun. New York has a great real estate market as it is, but this is fine.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that they've already sold out their season tickets at their new arena, and it's like just started. It's like not even fully finished yet, I don't think. It's just great. But also JT Brown retiring from professional hockey. He's one of the guys from the Lightning. He was the first NHLer to put his arm up. He did, like, instead of kneeling, he did that during the national anthem. Okay. It caused a lot of drama, and everyone was like, and that happened. But now he's joining the Seattle Kraken as their television analyst. So the new team that hasn't played yet, he's joining them as like their TV guy.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's dope.
Little bit of news. Did you see today the Supreme Court ruled against the NCAA?
I did not. Tell me everything.
Yes. Okay. So this does not include sponsorships or endorsements for players, but it does remove the cap on things like equipment and things of that nature for the school to pay to a sports program.
What do you mean by that?
So let's say you need a whole bunch of helmets, and it's in the school's budget. They can do that. There used to be a cap.
That's really stupid.
That your budget for the team could only be this large, but now this also includes. I'm not exactly sure how it'll eventually get to the players, but I know this is a big win. It was 9-0 against the NCAA.
Oh, when it's 9-0, you fucked up. When you get both sides of that court to agree on something, you fucked up good.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole payments to student athletes has always been a very wild conversation. In my opinion, it's pretty black and white. But yeah, I mean, how do you feel about it? Let me read in.
I would love to talk to you about this. So as a college student, I lived with a lot of student athletes. I wasn't a college student athlete. I didn't play, but you did. You were a student athlete. But here's how I feel about it. While I was in college, I had to work a part-time job to get by. Obviously, everyone does. All of my friends who played sports that time that they would have spent at the part-time job like I did, they had to be at practice or lifting or film or something like that. So these guys literally would get up at like 5 in the morning, go to lifting, and then go to their 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., and then go to a film, and then they'd have like their evening classes, and then they would have to get all their homework done and get all their football work done, all that stuff like that. And a lot of times they're leaving like 3 days early for travel days and shit for tournaments or whatever, and they're still expected to get all their schoolwork done. And from my experience, and everyone's just like, oh, well, the school just passes them. From my experience, that's not at all what happens. They're still required to do their fucking work just like anyone else. And so I think that, like, at least some sort of stipend to keep them alive, you know, because, like, sure, they get their college paid for, but, like, that's not going to feed them. You're not going to eat off of having your tuition covered. You know, you still have to go and practice and run hard. And if you're going to work your ass off every day of the week, you have to eat.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay. So this actually makes a lot of sense to me now that I've got the details here.
Perfect.
So it does not include sponsorships or endorsements directly tied to players. However, the court ruled that the NCAA violated antitrust laws when it limited the amount of money students could receive for musical instruments, scientific equipment, post-graduation scholarships, tutoring, academic awards, and paid internships. And that's actually, I do have some experience in that. Like, for example, the college I went to, there were scholarships for just about everything. But I mean, there was a scholarship for if your dad was a police officer, if your someone in your family was a fireman. There were art scholarships. There were pure merit scholarships. There were science-based scholarships. So this makes a lot of sense that if there was an NCAA limitation of that, which I don't know how that would even happen. Yeah, big win, 9-0.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Sorry about that.
I mean, do we want to go into do we want to keep going on with awesome news, or do we want to, pay the piper a little bit?
I think it's time. I think it's time to go in. I think it's time to start diving off this diving board.
Okay. Yeah. So, got robbed by PFL.
I think
last
so.
week.
I think
PFL
so.
is dead to me.
PFL is not dead to you. You're just upset.
I am upset. Well, okay, you can't, dude. 2 of the judges spelt Gleison Tebow's name wrong on their scorecard.
They sure did.
Like, none of this makes sense. Like, they have, like, and it's also, like, particularly hilarious because they have a partnership with a company that puts together, like, round-by-round scoring.
Okay.
I forget what it's called. Verdict MMA. That's what it's called. But if you're sitting at home on the couch... So if you're sitting at home on the couch and you're watching a fight, they have an app and you can just, like, you thought Rory won round 1. You tap that, you send it. So it has live scoring updates.
Okay.
So it's like 70% of people thought Rory won round 1 or whatever. But they had it 30-27 with Rory winning every round. And somehow Gleison pulls out the 29-28.
Damn.
Which makes no sense. Like, and this isn't something that I think there's, like, I just think it's ineptitude. At the end of the day, one of the things that I heard, one of the commentators was saying that Gleison's defense was very good, which, to his credit, it was good, but, man, you can't score that. Rory won that fight. Yeah. And if Rory gets shunted out of the playoffs or he gets taken out early by, like, Ray Cooper III because of this, that would be a tragedy.
Yeah, no, that would be... Heads would spin, I guarantee. Heads would spin after that.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people calling for, like, an investigation on it. It's like, I don't know how they could investigate it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've already had one overturned result with Werdum, where it was, like, the fake tap. Remember we were talking about that?
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that shit.
They did overturn it.
Good.
Well,
that's good that you brought that up, because we were talking in that episode about how we hoped that they would, and they did. So they did the right thing.
Yeah.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
So what's the story behind that? Who reviews that shit? Like, do they have, like, a panel of, like...
the Athletic Commission.
So there's a commission. Okay, so, like, it's a third... Is that third party, or is that part of the group? Okay. So
it's the state sanctioning body.
Oh, okay. I see you. And then they just investigate, and they're like, okay, you obviously,
Yeah, so they hire the refs, they hire the judges. Yeah.
Just to keep it impartial? I see.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. And then what else? Well, Magomed Karamov, the guy with the Russian grappling, did win by choke, so that was a feel-good pick. But, yeah, I mean, Chris Camozzi destroyed Ferreira. Sai smashed Kunchenko. And,
yes.
Yeah, I guess another feel-good moment is Tom Lawler. He won a decision, and then retired. He put his gloves in the middle of the ring. But I
Did he
remember
really?
seeing that guy. Yeah,
That's
I remember seeing that guy fight live. He KO'd Volante in the third round. When Volante had that narrative that him and Chris Weidman were best friends, and they were gonna take on 185 and 205 together. And Tom Lawler just smashed that.
Yeah.
Tom Lawler is fun. A lot of people. I don't think he gets a lot of respect, mostly because he had a PED suspension that was overturned.
Yeah. And people, well, like once you get it, that's like getting slapped. That's like being charged with any crime. Once you're charged with it, you're fucked, man. Whether you did it or not, you're fucked.
Yeah, well, it was overturned, but he lost years of his career.
Matter.
There was no like payout, no settlement.
Yeah.
It was just like, oops, we screwed up because the science wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
that's literally what they said.
Yeah,
is that the science wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. It's bullshit, dude. It's bullshit.
But, man, I'll remember him. He did this. He fought Corey Anderson, and Corey Anderson's nickname was Beastin 25-8. And Tom Lawler had his nickname announced as Beastin 26-9, just to mess with him.
Hilarious. Fucking hilarious.
So, yeah, he would sometimes he'd like come dressed as like other fighters. Like I remember he came in dressed as Dan Severn with like the black diaper and the mustache and
that's hilarious.
Like all that. Yeah, so he was a fun personality. I know the media people loved him a lot.
My God.
But yeah, we can keep going with the UFC. Zombie put on a clinic. Dan Ige. Ige's a guy that's kind of tough to look good against.
Yeah, and I remember you were trying to tell me last week that Korean Zombie wasn't going to pull it off.
Well, it was competitive. So, like, how do I want to put this? Zombie won all the rounds.
Yeah.
Right, but he had to show a new layer of his game. He had to show his grappling, and that's really not what Zombie wants to do. Like even he said it in his post-fight in the post-fight presser. He's like, I don't know what it's like to go 5 rounds and not get a knockout of the night bonus. You know, like it's not his style. He really struggled on the feet with Ige. Like really, his timing was off, and you could even say that Ige won on the feet. But Ige's a guy that he's kind of short for the division. He's kind of like a Rafael Sunsao guy where he's like just a fire hydrant.
Gotcha.
And he just loses at the range. And you're gonna run into problems like that when you get into the top 5 of the division.
Well, for sure. Oh my God. I mean, fuck. You're fighting the best. You're the best. And if you have even 3-inch difference between your reach, it's over. You know that.
Well, it reminds me a lot of what McGregor said in his interview with Rogan after his Alvarez fight, where he was like, you need to be tall, he's like, you need to have the attributes. You need to be tall, and you need to be fast, you need to be something over McGregor, and McGregor's just going to put your lights out. And Eddie was kind of the same thing. A guy who's like a little small for the division, fire hydrant type dude. But
here, let's pull up that lovely Instagram post from our friend. Let's see. I want to read that.
The Connor Father's Day post?
Yeah.
What a strange message that is.
It's a funny message. I laughed my ass off. I was dying.
Connor is like, if you don't have at least 3 children, you're a punk.
Okay. Happy Father's Day to all the real men out there that hold it down for their bloodline. You other little bitches make me sick. Happy Father's Day to the ma. And then it's 2 pictures of him. It's not like it's not anyone that he's trying to fucking. It's just 2 pictures of him in front of his house with like a $4,000 suit on. Like it's just
right. Yeah, like no pictures of his kids or
nobody. Not his dad. Nobody.
It's so funny. But you do gotta love this whole hold it down for the bloodline. Just like, okay, Connor.
For the bloodline, dude. Shut
if
up.
anyone embraces fatherhood like Connor, I don't know. So.
All you other little bitches make me sick. What? What are you talking about, dude?
Wait, what?
Who are the other bitches? Who? Non-fathers?
Yeah, what's the cutoff? Like, what's the gatekeeping here? Like, he's at 18, Connor's sick. Like, Connor wants to spit on you when you're 18 and you don't have a kid.
You're legally an adult. Connor's you had 9 months after your 18th birthday to get this shit figured out, and you haven't yet? Connor wants to puke on you.
Right, it's just that one line, too. Like, everything's great. Like, Happy Father's Day to the mom. Okay, awesome.
Happy
Everything. There's just one line, though.
Keeping it down for the bloodline. You other bitches make me sick. Happy Father's Day to Ma. Just really wanted to reach out. Like, what are you talking about, dude? Creep. What a weirdo.
Yeah, it's definitely strange. But man, let's get to the feel good story.
Okay,
this
let's
is
do it.
the feel good story of the
What are you
weekend,
talking
and that's
about?
Anderson Silva
Yeah.
beating Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. dominantly.
And it wasn't even like, it wasn't like, oh, who could have won that? No. No.
I scored it 6 rounds to 2. But yeah, I mean, Anderson styled on him, and then everyone was there, man. The Brazilian legends were there.
Yeah.
Seeing Nogueira in the corner, even at the end, Canelo walks in, has a moment with Anderson. Yeah. Anderson. Just the other thing is like when we were watching Anderson lose to Uriah Hall, and we were watching him like lose to Cannonier, there was kind of like a sadness. Like when we saw that Anderson was boxing, like we just thought the sadness tour was going to continue.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to continue to watch my heroes die
off in a fucking glow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right. Like we've had Ben Askren just explode. We had dude, how many do we have to keep going?
I don't know why, but ever since I joked about Ben Askren being a medicine, I can't hear him as a real name anymore. Like if you just called him Ben, I would be lost. If Ben Askren is like, that's so funny to me. It's one word now. Have you taken your Ben Askren this morning? No, I haven't. Thanks for reminding me. I had to take that with my Benadryl. Appreciate it.
But man, the other thing was just Anderson was so happy, and but Luke Thomas, he commented on it. That's just like one of the things that MMA really fails at is how to send off their legends. Like if you look at basketball, you look at every other major sport, there's always a send off.
Yeah.
Like even if they don't make it to the playoffs or anything, there's always a tribute, a send off, a nice farewell package. And in MMA, they're just like, oh, we'll get knocked out 4 times.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, pretty much. Yeah, they didn't do really anything for Khabib either. When Khabib announced he was retiring, there wasn't like a fucking, hey, we're going to retire his, shorts.
Right.
I don't know, like something.
Constantly for like 6 months saying like, hey, Habib's coming back. Could you imagine Habib versus McGregor?
I think Khabib and McGregor's going to happen. I think so. It's like, hey, man, it's fucking not.
And then
Stop
you hear the rumors
dangling the carrot.
You hear the rumors of them blocking GSP from boxing, and you hear the look at Tony Ferguson, man. They're just like, oh, Tony, you keep going.
Why would they block GSP from boxing? What's the point? What are you trying to accomplish here?
Probably because the Sadness Tour was going to continue. Or at least that's kind of like what
the Sadness Tour was going to continue.
Where it was just like the MMA to boxing cross. It just never goes well.
That's so funny.
It never goes well.
No, but you gotta let them try it. It's their life, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is they cut Anderson after he lost Uriah Hall, and that's why he was able to do this. Where GSP still has some vestigial structures in his contract.
I guess so. Man,
Anderson I can't believe how good he looked. He had just the diversity of strikes,
it's good seeing him back
from everywhere.
It's good seeing him back. It's so good seeing him back out there. Like it's like the long lost person you haven't seen in a while, and then it's so nice seeing him back.
Yeah, and then cue up the Paul brothers. Get them ready.
No, for real. Get Jake on the phone.
On the undercard? Let's do it.
For real. If this is the time to get Jake and Logan on the fucking phone, this is.
That's the seal of approval there.
Unfortunately, I'm agreeing with you on this, and I don't even like them. But
let's get Anderson versus Roy Jones Jr. on the co-main to Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley.
For sure.
Let's do it. That's the fight. Man.
Yeah.
That'd be so much fun.
Yeah. I think we need to get Logan into the MMA scene. I think Logan would do well in MMA because he's a wrestler.
The question is where do you put him? Because we've done this, they had the CM Punk thing, right? Where they just put CM Punk out there just to get embarrassed twice. And then in Bellator, they had Jack Swagger, or whatever his name is. And he went out there and had, the fight of a lifetime with a guy who had, a losing record. And we're just like, okay, we're going to send him back to wrestling. So these crossovers, they're interesting. I think Logan's kind of uniquely qualified to do a crossover, but I think they have to live in this exhibition world. I think we have to stop, trying to make this legitimate. We can't, have Logan Paul put the Venom shorts on and jump into the UFC ring.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, not even Brock Lesnar did that. Like, Brock Lesnar had to go to Japan and get 4 or 5 fights under his belt before the UFC even considered him.
Speaking of Japan, dude, if I need, we should talk about um, Tokyo Olympics. Number one, I'm excited that they're going to happen. It's good. It's great. It's excellent. I'm a fan. Number two, what do you think about like having just the whole thing of it being delayed a year, and then like some athletes aren't going anymore because they had other things planned or whatever, and now like the Team USA is a little different. There's like drama between like if Taiwan's allowed to send a team or not, and all this other shit. Like, what do you think? I just want to hear your opinion on the Olympics.
I'm going to wait until the flag ceremony and see what flags show up, because I'm also pretty certain that this is the year that Russia cannot compete as well. So there's going to be some
hold on.
drama.
Let me address that. So Russia as a country cannot compete. Russian athletes can. So they have to go as individuals, and they don't accumulate medals towards a goal. They're all individual athletes. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, and then what is it they call it, like the Olympic International, or what's the banner that they all compete under?
It's under the Olympic flag, and their jersey says Russian Federation athlete.
Okay. All right, but yeah, I mean it's interesting. Did you see that dude at the shot put set the world record?
Yes, I did on TV. On TV,
God.
76.5 feet with his fucking hand, dude.
Dude. When he threw it, I thought it was going to keep going.
I know, it was like going to orbit. It was like it was.
The guy screams like a Viking afterwards, dude, because he knows it.
How fun are these Olympic trials right now? How fun are they to watch? Like the swimming. How dope is swimming? First of all, Ryan Lochte's done. See you, buddy. Good night. I don't think anyone really could miss him anyway. No one even liked him. Not even Michael Phelps, who likes everyone. He didn't even like him. But we have like a 15-year-old kid from like this area in Nevada representing Team USA in swimming. That's going to be dope.
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that every 4 years we get to see how far athletics has come.
Yeah.
You know, when we see world records get smashed, I don't think like people really, I don't know, appreciate it.
No,
like it happens so often. But man, when Usain Bolt broke that 100-meter world record, and then broke it again,
and then broke it, and then broke it immediately after that.
It's like, what is this? Is insane.
Yeah,
that's so crazy.
Yeah.
A little more Japanese news.
Tell me.
Anyway, 118-pound boxing champion of the world, the Monster. 3 rounds, 3 body shot knockdowns. It's all over. That guy, he's in the pound for pound list, at least in everyone's consensus top 3.
Damn.
He's right Canelo. It's like him, Canelo, and Tyson Fury. And monsters are real, man. The body work is so scary. The guy digs hooks, and to him being like 118 pounds.
Yeah.
He's also in a really good spot too. He's in the Lomachenko spot, where he's under the ESPN banner. He doesn't speak English, whatever. But they did like a 30-minute short on him and all his accomplishments and everything. And I think ESPN can really ride this.
Okay.
We don't need to put him on pay-per-view or anything else, but man, we're going to watch him ice guys. And this is his second fight under the top-rank ESPN banner.
Okay, yeah.
And, this is fun. It's like what Canelo's doing right now. We've seen Canelo fight 6 times over 18 months. We're going to watch Inoue do the same thing.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be exciting to see it, though. People are going to want to watch that shit. That's the thing. That's the fucking thing.
And it's ruthless, man.
Yo, I'm just happy to see ESPN getting back into the fucking sports game, which is so weird to say it, but ESPN has really been irrelevant in sports for quite a while now.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm tuning into TNT to watch playoff basketball.
Fucking NBC to watch hockey playoffs or shit. Yeah, NHL and NBC. Yeah. It's like there's like a whole brand of it now because ESPN's been so out of the loop. You know? Last
year, I'm watching Nickelodeon to watch the Bears game.
Yeah.
In the NFL. Dude, that is like one of the greatest things to ever happen is in that Nickelodeon weekend, somehow Mitch Trubisky got like the MVP.
I know, dude.
Isn't that like the funniest thing?
No, it'd been great. He gets the MVP and then he gets slimed like it's the fucking Kids' Choice Awards.
Oh my god.
Everyone been like, what the fuck is happening? That'd be the weirdest crossover, but I would have loved it. I would have loved it.
But
Like Nick Cannon comes running out. Oh, you've been slimed! Drake Bell comes out with his 14-year-old kid that he's been hitting up. Oh, what's going on? And
how weird is that?
right, him and the Pope. I think Drake Bell and the Pope have been hanging out too much, getting blown by little boys. I don't think it's really.
God.
Is that too far? Our grandparents gonna hear this.
How are we gonna keep sponsors?
How?
What oh man.
I don't know. They still advertise, don't they?
They still, and we thank them.
We do. We appreciate you guys, Geico. Thank you for coming on board again.
Oh yes, yeah. That's other big news. Back with the Lizard.
The Lizard has returned. Thank you.
But,
Thank you for for who. What else is the Geico thing? What else do they do? Is it just the Lizard? I thought they had something else.
Oh, it's the 15 minutes.
Yeah.
1/4 of an hour.
Yeah.
So, but so I guess you want to do the look ahead.
Yeah. Something's up with your mic. I can't really hear you that well.
Oh, really? I'm sorry about that. Do I just need to enunciate? Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, cool. But yeah, so the look ahead, pretty interesting card on the UFC side of things. I actually do like some underdogs here. So we definitely have some to make up for last week.
Right. I'm still
yeah.
loading in on the events page here.
Okay, so I'll just jump forward. The main event is Cyril Gane versus Volkov, and that's a fight that I called for after Gane's last win.
Yep.
That's gonna prove where Gane is. Does he need an immediate? Because it's title shot or nothing for both these guys.
Yeah.
You know, Derek Lewis is in the mix, but sounds like Lewis is next for Ngannou. So yeah, this is the guy who's in the wings. Volkov is either going to jab his face off and show him what kickboxing looks like, or Gane is going to really give him some rest.
I say Gane is a motherfucker, man. That guy that dude can wrestle. I mean, his traps are bigger than my thighs, dude. That guy is huge.
He's like the Anthony Joshua.
He's huge.
MMA. He's built from stone. Yeah, it's something. But
and he doesn't have fucked up ears yet. He doesn't have cauliflower ear yet. So it's pretty sweet.
Well, his record's something crazy. It's only like 7-0 or like 8-0. He's really green in the game. So this is one of those fights where I think you just pick the underdog. Who Volkov is the underdog at this point. So you just pick the underdog with these heavyweight fights. Yeah. When you see the lines get out of control like this. Yeah.
Well, I am excited. I'm sorry to move on, but I am just so excited for Poirier versus McGregor. I am just so stoked. 264, T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas on Saturday, July 10th. I'm excited. I'm fucking so excited, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be a party. We're gonna have to wait a week, so we've got this card, and then we got a week off, and then we jump back into it. But man,
I'm just so excited, man.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I do want to jump back to this past week. There's one fight, Michel Prazeres versus Shavzat Rakhmonov.
Yeah. Let me get there.
The ad is just Google image Rakhmonov real quick. Just get a picture of that guy. Yeah. Because anytime you bring dead animals on a hat into the ring, you get my seal of approval, man.
Yeah, well,
he's Kazakhstan Colby Covington. That dude can grapple, man. And he comes in with this. I don't even know what animal it is, but it's just this dead thing on his head. Yeah. And that's.
Sometimes you have to wear the carcass of your enemies.
Yeah, it's and then he's taking on Michel Prazeres, who is he's kind of been a favorite of the UFC prelims. He's a real meter stick for a lot of guys. Like, if you can't get past Prazeres, you're probably not going to be with the promotion too long, because Prazeres is going to either knock you out or just grapple you to death. He's this gigantic Brazilian policeman.
I gotcha.
And I think Rakhmonov is going to put a clinic on him.
He's like a fucking like boss. He's like a boss fight. You got to get by to stay to continue the game. You know, he's.
Well, I'm getting ready, depending on how he does this weekend. And obviously, he's only had one fight in the UFC. He strangled Cowboy Oliveira. But if he styles on Prazeres, you put him on the Kamaev track.
Okay.
You have him fight in 2 weeks, and then you have him in title shots in another fight. Like, this guy, his skills are so good.
Yeah. You believe in him that much?
I do. He's definitely one of those guys where you see him on the prelims and you're like, this guy's special.
Are we going to see him on the main card one day?
very quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
You heard it here first, motherfuckers.
Like open a pay-per-view or something.
Really? Damn, dude. Well, you heard it here first. That's all I have to say. You heard it here first.
That's it.
Because no one else has said that I know of.
No. This man, you see it's like when you see Israel Adesanya like years ago on the prelims, and he's like fighting Marvin Vettori, and he's doing like spin kicks and tornado kicks, and then 3 years later he's the champion of the world and he's the #1 contender. Like sometimes you get a feel for these guys, and Rakhmonov, he's that guy. You know, he's got a lot of skills. The base is there. His cardio is out of this world. That dude's insane. So I think by round 2 he breaks down Prazeres in a pretty epic prelim fight.
Cardio is so fucking big and people don't even realize it. Like, yeah, the jack dudes, it's good being jacked, I mean good, but dude, the dude with the most cardio ends up doing so much better. So much better. Having the extra win to keep going is such a fucking extra.
Tyron Woodley had this infamous quote where Colby was telling him, like, you know, where's your cardio? How many miles have you run, Tyron? And Tyron responds to him by saying, put your chin on the treadmill and let me know how many miles you run. And then Tyron tapped in the 5th.
Really?
Yep. Yeah, so...
Well, there it is. Well, there it is, you know?
Couldn't make it late.
Talk shit.
Colby, that was a big style. I mean, Colby was like minus 350 by the time the fight started. But, yeah, that's you need that base, man. If you don't have it, it's so obvious at the higher levels.
Yeah, it's so, dude. Not even the higher levels. It's just obvious. If you're the guy and you can't keep your arms up where they should be because you're too tired, it's like, well, this guy's fucked. Even if you win, you're gonna look that weird.
Right. Yeah, and then they're the Diaz brothers. We saw it in the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Just those guys. You just.
Yeah.
I mean. It's almost kind of funny to watch because they were the original triathletes. They were the ones that were like, okay, so for MMA, you have your MMA stuff, but you don't need a ton of strength and conditioning. You just need a bunch of triathlon stuff. And you start seeing like these guys swimming again. They're like, oh, what are you doing in your camp? Oh, I've implemented swimming into my camp.
Dude.
You're like, okay, yeah.
But for real, how good is swimming though? Swimming is so good.
Hard.
It's so good.
Hard.
It's so good for you.
Especially for people that are like really muscle dense.
Yeah,
people
dude.
that naturally sink to the bottom of pools.
Yeah.
Like you gotta work hard.
Dude, that's the thing. When I was a kid, because I had like zero body fat. You remember how skinny I was? All I had was zero body fat, and then I would work out. So I just had muscle and no body fat. I would sink to the bottom of pools like that. It was so quick, dude. I didn't do the body. Yeah. Everyone's like, just extend your arms, man. You'll do the dead man float. And I extend my arms and leg, and I just like right to the bottom of the pool. Like, what the fuck? How come I can't do this?
Yeah, that's. Yeah, definitely crazy.
All my fat friends are just floating around the pool like, it's easy. I'm like, it's not, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, just lazy rivering, and you're just... yeah. But, man, what else? Yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to talk about other than PFL is doing some very strange matchmaking.
Yeah, dude.
They've got Kayla Harrison versus Cindy Dandois.
You know,
that's going to be, like... an absolute mauling. Like, I don't even think they'll put odds up for that fight.
Dude,
like, they shouldn't. Like, no one in Vegas should put odds up for that fight.
They're gonna.
Oh, I mean, of course. But they'll be like minus 999. Like, you just see the ticker just keep going up
the
for
PFL,
Kayla.
it's getting big, dude. I'm literally watching it grow in front of my eyes. It's like weird. I have the hiccups. Damn. Yeah, it's like just watching it grow. Like it's like wow. Like, because I remember when you first told me about the PFL like last year, and I was starting to watch it. And it was barely. I mean, you had to Google like 3 pages in to find the motherfucker. And now it's like I saw an ad the other day in Vegas about it. So it's like, there it is.
Yeah, it's definitely their best season, their most fascinating season. But yeah, I mean, that Harrison line is going to start spinning like the debt counter in New York.
It's going to start spinning like the debt counter. Shut the fuck
that
up.
Thing is, it's going to be like perpetual growth. Yeah. It's going to be like when COVID started and you see like the exponential growth curve just keep going. You're like, it can't possibly climb any higher.
Get any higher than this, and then it just goes vertical.
Yeah, like they're just going to keep adding like the digit 9. Like it's just going to be like just minus, oh gosh.
Dude.
But yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Rest in peace, our retirement counts. Rest in peace, our retirement accounts.
Oh well, but
oh well, he says.
Oh well,
if it's gone, it's gone. You know.
Yeah, I guess the other piece of news, the the spokesperson of MMA, the guy who's really kind of headlined everything other than Joe Rogan,
Yeah.
is Ariel Helwani,
Yep.
and he just moved to BT Sports, and yeah,
Oh,
it's a big
really?
move. Yeah, he moved from ESPN to BT Sports,
Damn.
and yeah, that's pretty big.
That is big, dude. That's a huge move, actually.
Yeah, so
Damn.
as you can
That'd be
imagine, the
like
UFC's.
Skip Bayless leaving ESPN. That's big.
Yeah, and from what I understand, Ariel had a video today where he came out and said like, yeah, it's a lot of flexibility. Like he's
Yeah.
going to have his blog, and he's going to be able to podcast more often.
Yeah.
He'll be able to have all sorts of guests because, as you can imagine, the ESPN vetting process is ruthless.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Unless
like
you're Kevin Hart, then you can just get on and yell at Skip Bayless all morning.
Yeah, I mean, I am somewhat surprised that Ariel was even able to get Action Bronson on like twice.
Well,
On ESPN.
it's probably just because Ariel was like, hey man, this is what I want. Like, you need to let me do this. Like, I can't, he was probably up in the office just yelling at someone.
That was so funny. It was for the Diaz Masvidal fight, and Action Bronson's on there. He's like, my girlfriend's 9 months pregnant. If we have the baby at the garden, we have the baby at the garden.
That's so fucking. What's so funny is like these fighters are 0%. No one taught them how to talk to like the news or anything, or like how to be. They're just fighters. So like when they go in front of a camera, they're just them still. No, yeah, my wife might give birth at the garden. Like what? No, this is live TV, man. Don't do that.
Well, this is Action Bronson, the rapper, the rap artist.
Oh,
but, yeah.
I'm retarded.
That was such a funny interview though, because Ariel's asking him, he's like, "So have you been training? Like, do you train mixed martial arts, boxing?" He's like, "I trained in my mind. I think I could be ready in 2 months."
What?
He's such a character.
Be ready in 2 months. Shut the fuck. No.
Yeah, he's been training in his mind for 2 decades, just going through.
Good. Yeah, that's the same.
The wrestling reps, all the jabs. It's all there in his mind.
Well, if it's in your mind, I mean, that's perfect. That's like you think it's like the Matrix. You can just download jujitsu or something because you just visualize it enough.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like that. Takes the Limitless pill and just watches a Bruce Lee movie.
Dude. Oh man, the Limitless movie was kind of shitty.
Yeah, it was just nonsense.
I agree with that. I'm glad we're on the same page.
Oh my gosh, I think it's actually a TV series now.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, but Jumper was okay.
No new ideas under the sun.
The movie Jumper was okay. And he would jump and you would appear somewhere else then.
Hmm. But
maybe, whatever. Dude, my eyes look like I am people who are watching are like, what, is this guy so tired? I don't know. It's like, yeah, probably.
Well, it's because you're trying to not spontaneously combust actively.
Well, it is really hot in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the podcast we were talking, so where I'm shooting right now, this place is a mess because I don't even live here anymore. Like, I turned my old apartment into just a studio to do podcasting out of and videos, and I do comedy on that side, and there's games sort of. I live somewhere else now where there's central air conditioning because me and my cats were literally about to throw up from heat stroke a couple nights ago, and we're like, this is it. We're fucking out, dude. We can't do it. Can't do it.
Yeah, you're just about to burst into flames.
Dude,
live
it was
on the podcast.
94 degrees. 94. Inside.
That's so
inside.
crazy.
Unacceptable. I felt like Lemon Grab from that unacceptable condition. Unacceptable. Remember that when he's what is that from?
I couldn't tell you. I was just gonna let you have your moment.
You've never heard that?
No, I was just gonna let you have your moment.
It's time. I'm trying to get on. Lemon Grab unacceptable. Hold on. Lemon Grab. There it is. Here it is. We're gonna let everyone hear this.
Oh gosh.
Announcing the arrival of the Earl of Lemon Grab.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Did you hear it?
Oh, yeah, I heard it. My ears are ringing.
That's Lemon Grab from what the hell? What the fuck? Adventure Time.
You need to warn listeners before they just get shrieked at. Gosh. Oh man.
All right. Hey guys,
Banshee,
warning.
yeah.
15 seconds ago, your ears are gonna get like destroyed. So there's your
Yeah.
warning. There we go. There. That's better, right?
Yep.
There's the
Yeah.
warning. There it is. Yeah, dude. Is there anything you want to talk about? I think we just about rolled everything up. Anything in pop culture life, like Rick and Morty rolled out last night, and that episode was fucking funny as hell. So.
Yeah, I saw that they rolled it out on YouTube. I haven't watched it.
It was funny.
Okay.
10 of 10 would recommend.
Okay. I was watching Luca on Disney Plus.
Luca?
Yeah, it's a new Pixar movie that came out about Italian mermaids. It's very good.
I don't think I need to get I don't know. I don't think I have. No, I do. I have Disney Plus with my cell phone, and I have Peacock with my internet service. So I got I just get those included. Okay, here's a question I need to ask you. If this is a good idea, this is like an adulting question. Thinking about dumping internet and cable, like traditional internet cable, right? And getting, because there's a 5G tower like right there, and just getting one of those 5G home internet things from Verizon, because it adds, I think it's like $50 more a month onto your cell phone bill, but then you can just plug an Ethernet cable into the little receiver, and then you just get 5G home internet. Would you do something?
Oh, that's so funny that you brought it up, because my Spectrum guy literally offered me the inverse, where it was like, do you want to? He's like, who's your carrier? I was like, Verizon. He's like, oh, well, you can just combine them. So yeah, I mean, I was actually considering that too.
So that seems like a decent idea to you, because I would be saving like $120 a month getting rid of Cox.
Yeah, I mean,
and I don't even watch the fucking TV. I'm not here.
Oh, did you see that? Speaking of a little bit of the news, there has been a subsidy for internet. So, like,
dude,
if you did you see that?
Yes, dude. Yeah, the broadband subsidy.
But did you see that you immediately opt into the most expensive package?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Cool.
But
so instead of getting
But here's the incentive. So here, I don't know, I've talked about this before because I can't get enough of it, but up in Utah, there's a program called Utopia. And it's a program where, based on your internet bill, pays for this infrastructure. So the way that it works is it's like how Obamacare has all the different insurance into a pool, and then you can choose the cheapest plan or what you like the most. That's what Utah is doing with their internet. So they built, the state with built infrastructure for they have lines everywhere. Utah has way more fiber lines than anyone else because they have fiber internet everywhere. And then all these other telecom share those lines, and then they compete for the cheapest price. So everyone up there is getting gig down, gig up service for $40 a month, and they're getting it with a direct fiber line to their house. So how it works in most places is it sends a fiber line to a splitter outside your house, and then they bring in the cable line into your house. That slows you down so dramatically, it's unreal. In Utah, they just bring the fiber line directly to your home. And so, it's unbelievable. And so more people are looking at starting shit like that. So I don't remember where I was going with this, but basically the federal government has subsidized if you need broadband internet up to they'll get you 50 megabits per month for free if you can't afford it.
Yeah.
How sweet is that? 50 up, 50 down.
But man, yeah, I mean, I don't think we got anything else.
No,
fast internet.
I think fast internet's good. I think it's cool. I'm trying. You know what, Netgear guys? I have a couple of my friends who work for Netgear, and I know you fuckers are listening. Because you talk about it. So my friends at Netgear have this show called Online Tech Support every week on YouTube. I think it's Fridays at noon. They just go live and answer questions, but it's usually just me and other people just in the comments just fucking around and shit. It's good. It's really fun. Sometimes people come ask questions, but anyway, dude, you guys need to fucking sponsor me right now. I'm getting sick of y'all. I keep buying your equipment, and I'm not getting sponsored. This is bullshit. I'm gonna fucking switch to Ubiquity or something. Maybe they'll sponsor me.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Well, dude, the infrastructure's building, dude. I've got so much. I'm building so much shit. I have an unbelievable amount of data that I need to start getting more. I'm out of storage. I'm out. I've been deleting old files to save more files, and I hate doing that. Hate it.
Yeah, I remember when you were at like critical mass.
Remember
just
I said
like
to
a
the
few
thing,
weeks ago.
and it was just the red. It was like 32 kilobytes remaining. Like, oh, good, perfect. I can save like a note file or a text document or something, or like a shortcut. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's stop dragging this out. So, anyone who wants to write to us, jakeridercomedy@gmail.com. Otherwise, Patreon is patreon.com/jakeridercomedy. You can still get my special, jakeridercomedy.com/tour. I think that's everything.
Yeah. See you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Love y'all. Peace.